It's the love on the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' in the wood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody pierce.
Hey, Common Sis, are you there? First of all, I do apologize for my tardiness. Oh, hello. How's everyone doing? Oh, my gray hair is showing. Oh my gosh. First of all, hello to all who have they like I said, don't meet me there, beat me there. Y'all definitely beat me here. Well, this your girl D Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life, Chicago, that is. And we have a guest tonight. Well, I ran up the stairs, my fault. Hey Cher, how you doing? I'm all right. Let me let them know. Uh hey, Ryan is coming on tonight. And right now, he told me earlier. Hey Mike, how you doing? Mike, oh uh hey Common Sis. Common Sis be on time, on time. Thank you. Um Orion. So let's see. He's coming. Uh he went to an event tonight and he said once he leaves the event, he will come on. Okay. But let's watch his video. Listen, I took up knitting, so I was like, okay, hold on. Okay. I'm stalking at my. Oh, what you stalking? Just oh, wait a minute, what happened? Just got home. 500 came early this morning. First time I ever stopped all day. What you do? What? I just got home. What you do for 500? Oh, Chris from Cleveland is here. Chris got Shador. Love Ryan. Yeah, I love me some Ryan. So let's see. We're gonna see where he's gonna pop on shortly. So but he confirmed, he said, sure, I'll come on and talk. So let me show you the video. Uh Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do it a different way. Sorry. Man, why am I? How's everyone doing this evening? I hope everyone is doing well. Yes. Let's mock Tiffany tonight. What we gonna mock her for? She old news, to be honest. Wouldn't you think so? Oh gosh. Let's see. I have to watch that one later. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, wait a minute. Gosh, I got this do not oh F. Oh, let me turn off this do not disturb on my phone. Uh how did I do that? Hold on, I'm sorry. I will sorry, I'm not trying to get it together. Cause I got it on do not disturb. Uh and I can't figure out how to get off do not disturb. Allow, okay, let's see. Let's add Ryan. Okay. Bam. So, but he said he would. So, yeah, he went out to an event tonight. Um, the event was to help get more people involved in voting, which is a good thing. Let's see. Okay. Let's see the shit. Right, I got what did I see? Oh gosh, what is oh maybe it's on his page. One moment, I'm gonna get it, pull it up. Ryan Roman Zinski. Okay. How do use me. Okay, here I found the video. What's all that? I don't know what that's about. Man, crazy. Okay, let's share. I'm just gonna show you the update, what Ryan said on his Facebook page. All righty, here we go. WGN has it. What I miss? Oh, let me mock Tiff tonight. Okay, do you think? I watched the video of Ryan or Clark ripping into Ryan. About brought a plane ticket. Don't nobody mess with our Ryan. Yes, I just realized I 17-hour work days. Jeez, you a strong sister. Hey, Shonda, happy Wednesday to you. She got arrested tonight. FBI raided her mama's house. On the news. Is it what? Hold on. Hold on. I don't want hold on. Let's look that up. Uh 24 hours ago, 3 weeks ago. I don't see none of that. Hey, you gotta show us the proof if you want us to listen to it. Uh, a day ago, I don't see anything that she got her rated. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, where you get the information from? Hey, the real McCoy, how you doing? Yeah, it was breaking news. Is the entire caught? I just you say you saw it on what channel did you see it on? Because I hold on, let me
Hey everybody,
hold on. Because I don't want to have to talk about it when Ryan gets here. Let's see if I can find it. If you know of anything, it's on Dalton Politics. Uh, what's going on? My God, I use Mule. Um, I need to find it because now you got me interested. I need to know what. Hey, mods. Oh, that's the calculator. Oh, uh, the hand tire comes to the end. Text yellow and gold. Hey, mom, YouTube account. If that is true, wow, where is the link at Chris? I agree. We need to have the link because we don't want to be saying stuff that's not true. But I gotta go look at it. I'm gonna look one more place because any place will have it be Dalton Politics for sure. For sure. Um, let me look in one more place because I haven't seen anything 4 years ago. Time flies. Backstory. Hey, okay, hold on. Look one more place. You know, Dalton Politics be having all the tea. Uh, mm, uh, 4 hours ago. Oh, the explosion. Okay. Dalton Mayor taxpayer funded position paid $349,000. She made 340 uh, to do nothing but feed the people. Bingo. Robert Hunt needs to go under the jail. Or did Robert? Oh, somebody gonna be in trouble about that $314,000. 347,000. Excuse me. Nah, I don't see anything. So I'm not even gonna put that on her like that. So if you can give me the link, we will definitely look it up. Regina Waldrich Rip. Okay, let's look it up. Um, is anybody else can find it? Let me know. $24. Um, nah, I don't see anything. You gonna have to give us a better place than that, cause we ain't. Okay, let me see. Had no time to watch for a hentai, going to scammer and other low life at the German internet, especially TikTok. Okay, yeah, I don't see it. Has anyone ever chat with Chris Hemp before? I've seen him in the chat before. Oh, Chris. Oh, okay. So this ain't the place. We be trying to get real information. Don't put that out on somebody if it ain't right, real. I'm just saying, let's be fair. I understand she ain't been fair, but I don't want to be the one who's not fair. All right. Let's see. Did he text me yet? He said, okay. He said, okay, I'm driving it if you don't mind that. Okay. Oh, I can wait. Hold on. All right. All right. He's driving right now. Chris woke up this morning, a comedian. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't find it anywhere, so I'm gonna move on from that. Okay, let's watch Ryan's video.
It is Ryan here with the Harvey.
Ryan. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. So we know he'll be on shortly, but I want to catch everyone up so we all know where we at. And here's his response.
Ryan here with the Harvey Historical Society. I am preparing to share a video of the Harvey City Council meeting from last night, and there are some disturbing accusations in it. One of which is Mayor Clark was accusing me of being a pedophile, saying that I left my job when I was teaching French at Thornton Township High School because it was before the end of an investigation, and there were allegations of sexual abuse or something towards children. So, first of all, that is absolutely not true. And second of all, what he did not say is that there have been people like him and folks that were associated with District 205 that for years, because they don't like that I speak out and tell the truth about what goes on in Harvey and in local politics, that they have spread rumors, that I was a pedophile just because I'm an openly gay man. And unfortunately, some people are willing to believe that, which is sad but true. And to discredit me because I tell the truth about what's going on, and they don't.
Yeah, Shonda said, I'm back. I look also no evidence of the arrest since 2016. I put it in today's date. I agree. I couldn't find it either. So we're moving on from it.
I don't like that. So unfortunately, it's deeply disturbing. It's shameful. It's dirty. It's horrible, and it's more of the distractions that we've seen over the centuries, that people will, when they want to persecute or try to discredit someone that is from the LGBT community, they'll call him a pedophile. So that's basically what Clark is doing. There's no truth to that, but it certainly makes for a rumor that like I said, they've been trying to discredit me with rumors like that for years. And the unfortunate thing is that the truth is I was actually bullied for being gay at Thornton as well, and that's happened to me at other schools as well. It wasn't just at Thornton. And administrators, not only did they not respond, but they did nothing when I was telling them, and it got really bad to a point where I didn't even want to get up to go to work because it was so depressing. And fortunately, most of my students were wonderful. They were very supportive, and I really missed teaching French to them. But there was a small but vocal group that actually openly said that they were trying to create a scandal or cause troubles because they wanted me to get fired. So I don't know if it's because the students just don't like gay people, or who knows what it was. I know a few of the students didn't like me because I actually did try to challenge them, and I tried to make French class fun, and we did have a lot of fun, but I did want them to work, and they were apparently used to, I guess, just not doing anything in some of their classes, where they would just come and not do much, and that was not cool with me. So but again, it's just really unfortunate that instead of facing the fact that Mayor Clark has been raping and pillaging Harvey and pushing residents out of their homes, wasting our money, we still have not seen any of the finances for the city during the 6 years that he's been in office. So we really don't know where our money has gone. There's still tons of crime that's unsolved that happens everywhere. And instead of dealing with those issues and facing those and being honest that he has to accuse me of being a pedophile, and he has to go after Missouri Irvin. He has to go after and now this is the third time that my Alderwoman Colby Chapman has been arrested. He also went after Alderman Tracy Key last night. So I just wanted to respond to that, so you guys can see that, would hear that from me, that obviously those accusations are not true at all. But people in Harvey and in this community, unfortunately, like Christopher Clark, have used rumors like that, calling me a pedophile, to try to discredit me for many years. And that is just the sad state that things are in. But we have to stand firm. We have to stand on the truth, and we have to keep fighting for what's right. So I don't want people to be discouraged. I know Colby and her mother's arrest last night was very disturbing for all of us. And this mayor seems increasingly unhinged. I don't know, really what's going on or where the money's going. And I don't know why he was so extreme last night, but I just wanted to make this video so that you guys can see, you could hear from me. And like I said, I am working on editing it. It's just the captions take a long time to edit, but I do want to post that so you can see last night's meeting. And let's stay strong in our fight, stay strong in the truth, and we'll keep moving forward for Harvey. I also wanted to mention, if you'd like to get involved, you can follow us on Harvey Historical Society Facebook page. You can come to the Harvey City Council meetings, 2nd and 4th Mondays of every month. And you can always contact me. There are so many other ways if you want to help to resist, and help to stand up so that we can fight for Harvey, so that there will be a future, so that there will be people here to remember Harvey's history. Thank you all for your support, and we'll talk soon.
And there you go. There you go. There you go. In Ryan's own words. He'll be here shortly. Oh, Mike, thank you. Someone told me today, my man is horrible, that they was gifted a membership. Oh, MJ. Hey, Miss Malone, how you doing? Ryan's a good dude. Yes. Yes. He's on his he's very active in the community, and he was telling me today that he was at an event where uh an event where they're trying to get more people to vote. So that's what they're doing. So let's go through the comments real quick. Let me make sure I didn't miss Ryan. Okay. Okay. Yes, was a good fact. Yep. Yay, Ryan. Yeah, I felt bad for Ryan. Be a good guy. I'm back. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Miss Joyce, how you doing? A special guest, Ryan? Yes. And see, I didn't really want to put the guess who in my title because you know the people always lurking. So uh oh, accusing anybody of a child essay is devastating to that innocent person forever. Share is also a crime. Yeah, he said he looking for some. He got a plan to do something. Ryan, I know you went to the ER and brought charges against the police officer who grabbed you by the neck. Oh, when he comes, we can ask him about it. Oh, wow, they've gone 6 years without a financial record or accountability. Mm, that's my Miss Malone. I'm not so happy. Hey, this is the state of Illinois. Everybody's so happy. But Ryan needs to sue Clark personally. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Joyce, I don't believe they allowed Ryan to press charges. I could be wrong, but I think that what he said, we're gonna get some clarification. Tiffany has not been arrested, spreading false conspiracy theories. Yeah, that's definitely. Thank you, Mike. And if you receive a gift, a membership, make sure you drop a yellow heart and tell Mike thank you. Appreciate it and thank you. Tiffany has not been arrested. Yeah. Share me neither, but Ryan sure should sue. Yeah, definitely, because they that right there that he said that in a seat instead of I don't know. Chris him, nice of you, got me. Like I want to hug Ryan hard. I'm sure he would love that. He said y'all so sweet. Mom, I can't believe you fell for that. We all did. 'Cause that could happen. Hey, Crook County. Ryan will go to jail to stand up for what's right, living proof, and he has. Well, now they just choked him out. I don't think he didn't go to jail. Push the like button. Doesn't hurt. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Definitely. I keep checking my phone because sometimes I can't get it off. Do not disturb. But he's any moment now. So, but I did get the confirmation. That's why he live tonight. We're endorsing him for mayor this coming election. Oh, you heard he said he's thinking about running for mayor. He just told me that today. Crook. Oh, hold on. Could you imagine if Ryan got into office as the mayor of Harvey? It's gonna be some lot of salty people out here. A lot of the problem is if the mayor if Ryan becomes the mayor of Harvey, what about them all the men and women who are for Clark? They would try to go against everything Ryan says. It will be a fight to the end. But I bet you Ryan put all the information out. Brooke, I hope that's true because I would be amazing in that. Oh, he'll be amazing. Yes, he did tell me he is going to run. He's thinking about running for mayor of Harvey, but he hear me? Ay, Dios mío. Hey, hey, Mike, thank you for. Uh-oh. Hold on. I can hear myself. Sorry. Sorry. Uh, Thank you, Mike, for holding down the fort for me. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, I was saying, hey, Miss Roxy, how you doing? I hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a while. The real McCoy. Let me make sure I don't miss my text message. But he's probably gonna pop into the chat first. So, oh, we still here. Yeah, told me he's thinking about maybe that's why he's getting pressure from Chris Clark. We'll see. Yes. Uh, hold it. Yeah. Okay, one hot second. Hope all is well. We got Foxy too, Roxy in the house. This is a treat. And Foxy said hello to everyone. Mike, hey, model stands. Yes, Mike is the number one winner. Okay, he's home. Let's see. Uh, Hold on. All right. Let's see. All right. Hold on. Let me get the link for him. Oh gosh, I hope I saved. Hope I saved his email address. Oh, let me. I need to cut this one off. Hold on. Wait a minute, I don't want to use that one. I don't even know what that is. One moment. Let me send him the email. Okay. Mm, man, I'm tired. What? I will figure it out later. Okay, let's send him an email. How do I do that from the channel? Oh, okay, hold on. Oh shoot, how can I do that? Okay, hold on. Let's see how we can do this, y'all. I gotta send him the link. Cool. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Oh, Gmail. Let's see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Um, I ain't got 30. Oh no. Wrong one. 1 second. I'm trying to send him the email. Let's see. To Ryan. Get it. Okay. One moment. All right. Okay, so he should be in 1 second. Hey, Model Stance. Model Stance is in the building. My YouTube account, Google Night. Be blessed. Mm-mm. Some people have such a wicked spirit. Listen, that's why I stopped going to the meetings. Cause I said he not gonna get me from Germany. Didn't follow. Oh, oh, hold on, I got it. Guess who's in the
Hey,
house? Frankie.
I'm here. Is it working
How you
now?
doing? It definitely is.
Okay, good.
Everyone's dropping. Everyone, drop a yellow heart for Ryan. He is here, the one and only. How you doing, Ryan? Uh-oh, look like he froze up. Is
Oh,
it me
is
or
it
is
working
it
now?
yes.
Is it
How are
better?
you
Oh,
doing,
okay.
first of all?
Good, good. Yeah, I just got home from a meeting, but just letting the doggies out and things. But yeah, how are you guys tonight? Did you just
Aw.
start your show?
About 20 minutes ago, 20, 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
so
Oh,
glad you're here.
cool.
Ryan, I want people to know, tell people before you get started on what happened, because you have a history, right? And you have
Uh-huh.
you because I could never tell the story like you could tell the story. Like your
Hmm.
grandparents owned a grocery store in Harvey.
Close. Well, no, it's my great uncle. Yeah, they started Wasso's as a
Oh,
which was a well-known grocery store in Harvey for decades, but they started it as like a selling flowers, like a flower stand at I think it was at 159th and Wood. But yeah, like it was sometime in the 40s, I want to say. Yep, and then
wow.
it grew and grew into a full-size grocery store. And then they sold it, I don't know, sometime in the 90s, I think. But yeah, he passed away. Like, so it still bears his name if you drive by, but yeah, he's no longer alive. But yeah, we've had family in Harvey and in the area for over 100 years.
Wow. And Wausau is a grocery store now that's on the corner by the stop sign.
It's
No,
by, yeah, it's 159th and Wood.
159th and Woods.
Yeah, so right across
What's
the
on?
street used to be a
Oh,
Walgreens and now it's a Dollar Tree. And then
yeah.
across from there, it used to be an Aldi and now it's Alex's. And
The
then
butcher.
on the other corner, yes, yes. And then on the
Yeah.
other corner, there's a gas station.
Right. So where the Dollar Tree is where Wausau used to be.
No, no, no.
Right.
The building and everything is still there, and it still has their name. It still says Wasso's. It's just that it is that plaza was like, where it used to be a big grocery store. They divided it up.
Yeah.
I'm assuming after it was sold,
Ah,
they divided it up, and so then there is still a portion that's Wasso's, but it's not a full service grocery store now. It's like a liquor store. They have some other stuff, but it's mostly
yes.
a liquor store.
Oh, okay. Because everybody used to
Yeah,
say, "Go to Wasso's." I'm like, I ain't never knew what that was. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you
yeah.
for clearing that up. Well, Ryan, we have a lot of yellow hearts for you. Uh,
Oh,
Foxy to Roxy said, Ryan, I'm so sorry for what has happened to you, what he has said about you, and my heart goes out to you. And
oh,
that's a lot
thank
of people
you.
saying that.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to wait. Can I like have the YouTube still open so I can
Mhm.
see the chat? Can you do that while I have this thing open? Wait, let me try.
I think you have to do it from your phone because I don't know.
Let me see if it'll work. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I want to chat, but then I wanted to see the people's comments. Wait, let me see if I can do it. Hold on.
Oh, Joyce, it's okay. I would do more for you. They didn't. Oh, push the like. Oh, moms. Hey, moms. Just that push the like buttons, please, and thank you. Let's see. Can you see it now? If I click on the words, is he frozen? Well, we got a lot of yellow hearts in here. OMG.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, oh shoot. I guess I don't know. Maybe there's no way to do it. That's okay.
Can
Or
you see what's on? Oh, you can't see.
no, I can't see the comments they're typing. But other than the ones that are okay, like Mike just said, "Good evening, Ryan." Like the
Oh,
ones
okay.
that show up
So,
on your like under
so
your
that's why.
face.
I'll click so you can read
Oh,
as we
thank
talk.
you. Maybe
Okay.
the dictator mayor is in the wait. What was that one? Maybe the
Mm.
dictator mayor is in the cause. Is it a cause?
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
that's a
Let's
whole
not
other.
start. Let's not start.
That's a whole other conversation,
Yeah, let's not
Joyce.
start.
Mm.
Oh, Ryan. So, first of all,
Mm.
tell us how you feel after you saw you saw him say that and you couldn't say anything in return.
Right, right. Yeah, well, I thought about responding, but no, I just thought, better to let him have his say and respond at a later date because it's just, just let him do his thing with the way that he acts with people is just I'd rather
Yeah.
people see his true character and he can say what he wants to say. But yeah, he was in rare form. Mayor Clark was in rare form on Monday. Oh my goodness. He was just
Yeah.
going after everybody. And then he kicked Colby out.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked. But I was like,
Right.
was
Yeah.
again? And then the
And
force that they use.
right. Totally inappropriate. And then I learned afterwards that when Colby was kicked out, she was trying to speak up for a resident that
Mm,
city council had just voted to sell her house.
really?
That supposedly the city of Harvey owns it. But yeah, see, that's where I'm confused. Like I don't understand exactly what's going on. But yeah, so she was saying that her family owned the house, but then the mayor and the city council voted to sell it for like nothing, for like $2,000 to this developer in Orland, which that was a problem in and of itself, and I complained about that, because I said, why are you selling publicly owned? If it's a publicly owned property, shouldn't Harvey residents get priority? Like, why are you selling it to these out of town developers? Like
Right.
he's trying to sell off our city for parts. It's just crazy. But yeah, then I found out afterwards that supposedly this lady said that that's her house. And so I'm like, oh wow. And Colby was trying to, at least have a conversation about that. And then that's when he tried to kick her out. And then yeah, so he was
Mm.
just, I don't know why the mayor was so triggered Monday.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't understand either. That's why I don't like going to the meetings anymore. Because you don't know you're gonna get
Oh, well, that's okay.
arrested or
I would
anything.
always love to see you though, I mean he didn't,
Yes.
but they haven't tried to arrest me again since they did last year, so that's good.
Okay.
That's one good thing. I don't think they would mess with me again just because we already have a federal lawsuit pending against the city, and
Mm,
me, Colby, and some of the businesses the mayor's been trying to extort. And then there are a lot of other lawsuits as well that businesses and residents have filed. I mean, he is just totally bringing the city down.
mm.
It's like he just wants to destroy it.
But why though?
Yeah, I don't understand. I Maybe he feels like he's getting something. He's making money. He's um And then I don't know if you saw it, but when he actually interrupted my public comment, which he never does, and he always says, "We don't answer questions during public
Correct.
comment. This is not a question and answer time." And then, but so he stops and interrupts me because he said, "I don't make 150,000 or whatever it was," and I'm like, "Well, I was just looking at the data from the IMRF, which is the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund. So whenever politicians
Mm,
make any sort of salary compensate whatever, if they want a pension they have to report it. If they want it reflected in their pension credit, they have to report it to the IMRF. So
mm.
he just totally lied again, in public, and was telling people, I don't make six figures. Really? Well, then why did you report it to the IMRF so that you could get a pension on six figures? So either way, he's caught in some lie.
Mm.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
crazy.
It is, I'm telling you, it's super shady. That's how he does everything. And then, of course, the easiest way to try to discredit someone who's openly gay is to just call him a pedophile, and that's nothing new. That's been happening for
You, you took
hundreds
it
of years.
gracefully. I was shocked. I was like, "Well, what did
Oh,
you say?" I'm like, how you gonna call me out my name like that? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right.
he can't even prove something like that. So why we
No.
even say? Because I mean, I've heard that one lady on all the woman tried to say stuff, but she never came out and said it. And
Yes. Did you notice that? Did you know
yes.
Delaney Smith? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yep, yep.
Mhm.
Because yeah, I've been wondering if they were just gonna come out and say it. So I'm like, okay, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go say what you're gonna say. Yeah, because it's he will do anything besides tell you where the money is going. That is what
Yes.
Christopher Clark and his four alder yes men will do.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
literally do anything. They'll do anything. Oh, D Love, can you explain who this is, please? Hi, I'm Ryan. I live in Harvey. I do the Harvey Historical Society, and I'm trying to fight for transparency and openness in in the Southland too. Not just for Harvey, but especially for Harvey because that's where I live. That's where I have all my family history.
Yes, and the real McCoy explained to Laura that Ryan has been the voice for Harvey, calling out violations of residents' civil rights and demanding fairness. And so, oh, and
Amen. Thank
yeah,
you.
McCoy put it right. Yes, and so really, so a lot of people are upset, Laura, because um, the mayor of Harvey said some disparaging things about Ryan. Like
Mhm.
it was crazy to hear it. Before that, the mayor had already threw an older woman into jail
Mhm.
and her mother.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and her mom. And I still have not seen the video of, one of the reporters for the Harvey World Herald when all this went down and Colby was taken out. I made sure that she was going to follow because I was like, oh, should I go follow and see what's happening with Colby or what? But I wanted to stay in the meeting, to keep recording.
Yes.
Even though the Harvey World Herald did have their videographer there as well, thank God. But that's why I'm saying, oh, Diana, it's okay. I'd love to have you there. The more the merrier, because basically, usually the more eyes on these people, the less likely they are to do stuff like this. Because there was a fairly small crowd there on Monday.
Okay.
So that might be another reason why he decided to kind of push the envelope. I'm not sure, but there weren't
Mhm.
as many people there as there usually are. And so I was like, But yeah, so the reporter for the Harvey World Herald followed Colby and her mother. So I still haven't seen, but I would like to see the footage of what happened when they were, because that arrest must have happened either in the hallway right outside the city council chambers or just outside. I'm not sure, because when we saw them, they were just being escorted out. That's all that
Right.
we could see from the city council chamber. So I didn't actually see the arrest. But yeah, it's crazy. It's like why would you arrest someone's mother too? I don't know. He doesn't do things logically or correctly.
And I
So
don't know if you noticed, after I think maybe you were still in the room, and he talked about when the mayor of Dalton or what the supervisor of Dalton was called a word, and her boyfriend had to jump in.
mm,
I was like, so you just
right.
gonna watch this woman get manhandled and nobody else can help her? So you
Right.
doing some get
Right.
back around here?
Yes, he went on a whole
Rant.
speech
Mhm.
after, yeah, so this is like after public comment was done. So then it was like mayoral comments, and he did this whole thing about like, well, people are just trying to say that we're not doing anything and they're trying to come up against us, that we're trying to help Harvey. Why? That you don't even care about your own city? It's very much like, what's that expression? Like, accusations are confessions, so like
Mm,
I find that a lot of narcissistic people like this, where the power's gone to their head,
mm,
and Clark does this all the time. Whatever he accuses you of is oftentimes what he's doing himself. So that's
oh,
why you have to pay attention when these people start accusing people of stuff, because I see Cher said gaslighting. Exactly. So,
yes, sir.
because Tiffany did this too. A lot of leaders will do that. If you listen to what they accuse people of, they are often confessing to you. They're
Mm,
they're they're telling you. And for a lot of these people who are just frequent, like they're habitual liars, and they may even believe their own lies, that is honestly the closest that they will get to admitting wrong, is
mm-hmm,
when they accuse you of doing, so in other words, if someone is, let's say abusing their spouse, and then they'll say, Diana, you're obviously such a bitter person. You must beat your boyfriend or girlfriend or something at home,
mm-hmm.
and then you're thinking like, what in the hell? And it's like, oh, okay, because that's they're confessing to you as they
Oh,
accuse you of it, so it's just yeah,
that's
it was
very
very
interesting.
interesting. So he went on this whole rant about how we're so DEI, even as Trump's
I saw that was
trying to come for
uncomfortable.
it.
That was
Yeah, and he's like,
uncomfortable.
I have all these women that work for me, that they're in staff, and sometimes women even do things better than men. And see, he has his whole staff, like he's so abusive and horrible to the staff and the residents, and threaten. So everyone, like, he just stumbles over his words, and everyone's
Mhm.
sitting there like, because they don't, people are afraid to say anything because they're just like,
Yes,
it's not worth getting arrested over. But like,
yes.
can you imagine if he speaks so horribly about his staff in a meeting? Can you imagine how he speaks to them privately? I could not even.
I couldn't, but people that need their jobs um, to take care of their family. And
Right.
uh, and I want to say that Cher asked a question. She was like, "Ryan, was Clark caught on camera calling you that?" Yes. And I'm gonna show the video when he said what he said. I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
good. Yes, because I was going to say, yeah, if you didn't have it, or if you weren't going to show it, I could show it too. Because he starts his rants, I think, around like, at least from my video, he starts them around like 58 minute mark. And yeah, he
yes."
goes for a while, and he really went after me the most. But yeah. Hmm.
So is it illegal to the things that he said? Because we're in a society where certain things you cannot say to anybody, and especially the LGBT community. You
Right.
you can get canceled immediately. I don't know if he
Yeah.
understands how the community is a strong community.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I will try to keep sharing that. And I barely had time to edit videos and process amidst work and
Yes.
everything, but I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, so that hopefully other LGBT people and those that support the community, will know. Because yeah, it's like you can't just throw out there that someone's been, sexually abusing or doing sexually inappropriate things
Mhm.
for, to children, just because you just decide you want to say that.
Right.
So yeah, it's very immature. It's inappropriate. It's shocking. And yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I will be able to sue or something. I don't know. Well, I'll have to see.
Yes. Um, Carol asks, "What is going on with the fires in Harvey?" Maybe you can answer that question
Oh
because I can't.
yes, good question, Kara. I still want to know. Now, I did email the fire chief, and I have officially asked him, and I copied some other people like
Mhm.
Colby and just some other people in the community, and said, hey, consider this our official request. If you didn't know so already, like we would like publicly on the website or on the city's Facebook or whatever. We want information about all fires, when they happen, where they happen, or if people are hurt, if they're not hurt, what is the extent of the damage, what you think caused the fire, was there an investigation? So every fire, we want that
Yes.
information for every fire, because I just want it to be extra clear. Like we already should be getting that information, but we don't. They hide everything from us in Harvey. So my fear is that if this is somehow arson, or if you look at where the fires are, it's like, well, it's interesting how a lot of these are happening near downtown Harvey,
Oh, yes.
near strategic places where if you were a politician and or a developer, where maybe you might want to get rid of some buildings extra quickly or in an illegal manner, and so that you can take that land and then use it for something else. So
Ooh.
we don't know exactly what's going on though, because they're not doing the proper investigations, and whenever I ask, like, hey, did you guys investigate? Like, do you remember it was like last summer or last fall, there was a big fire in a city-owned
Yes.
property on
Yes.
Center.
Hold on.
It was
Hold on. It was around a holiday when
yeah,
that happened.
like Halloween or something, right? I thought it was the end of October,
Yeah, it was a
I want
holiday.
to
I'll
say,
never
or something
forget. I
like that.
went over there. No, it had to be when it was cold because or the fire hydrants, they couldn't get water out of the fire hydrants, or the fire hydrants were
Yeah,
frozen.
and or they had to, and we've had so many fires. So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there's some in January, some in February, but there was the one in particular where it was on Center, right by the YMCA.
Yeah, I remember that. I went over there afterwards. I just like, it's
Yep,
unbelievable. Somebody died.
and
Didn't somebody
oh,
pass
did
away?
they? I didn't.
That was one person.
I
Oh, okay.
don't think anybody died, but one. I think at least one lady
Oh, this happened.
had to go to the hospital or something.
Mm-hmm.
So but anyway, so yeah, it started in the city-owned townhome, and then there were three others
Yes,
connected. So
Lord.
all these families were homeless, and no one helped them and everything. And so, to this day, we have not been told why that fire happened. And then when I
Mm.
spoke to the police chief, I'm sorry, the fire chief last, he just said, "Oh yeah, no, we didn't investigate, and we're not going to because it's too dangerous, because like it's the structure or something." And I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, so all these fires are going to happen, and then a huge fire like that made so
Mhm.
many people homeless, and you're just not going to investigate?
They're not gonna investigate.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And it's still
But
sitting
that's what
there.
I was told. I know, and it's still boarded up. I just drove by it
Yeah.
today again, and I'm like, this, like, you can't. So anyway, all kinds of stuff happens. So,
Yeah. Laura, did you read what
um,
Laura said? I'm so sorry, Ryan.
oh,
Those
I'm so
people are
sad.
so mean and mad.
Oh,
I live in Kentucky and just tried to be supportive. I myself have been called names, unbelievable disrespect and lack of grace.
oh yes, thank you, Laura. No, that's very sweet of you. Um,
The real McCoy asks, are you ever afraid or scared for your life?
Scrippers. I mean, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, like, ooh, are they gonna try to come after me? But I always figure that the best defense is just to be as open as possible. Because the more people that know about you and what you're doing,
Yeah.
and I even posted the other day on Facebook, because remember the lady that came after Epstein and reported about the political, not, I'm
The
sorry, the
older
sexual
lady?
abuse and everything. Well,
Mhm.
they said she just died of suicide, supposedly.
Oh,
She
really?
committed suicide in Australia,
Oh,
and
okay.
that with Jeffrey Epstein, she had been
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
people that came out and spoke against that celebrities from around the world were involved in
Oh,
this sex trafficking with
mhm.
him, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And a lot of people didn't believe. They were like, "Oh, come on, she was whistleblowing on a lot of powerful people. How did she really commit suicide?" So again, we don't know if she did or not. But then I posted on Facebook in response to that. I said, "Look, just so you all know, I'm not suicidal, and
Yes.
I've never had that issue. And if anything strange or even slightly off happens to me where I'm hurt or I'm killed, I'm like, you know exactly who to investigate. All the politicians in Harvey, starting with Clark, and then also all the establishment Democrats in Cook County and in the state of Illinois who have been covering up for him all these years. I'm like, you know exactly
Ooh.
where to look." So I want everybody to be very clear with that. I'm not necessarily walking around afraid for my life, but if something does happen to me, know that it's not, I'm not a crazy person that takes crazy risks. I'm not suicidal. So definitely, yeah, if something happens to me, I hope everybody, you should come for those people that I named,
Definitely, we got it on paper. We got it on film.
Yes.
Ryan.
You've seen it here.
Okay. Hey, Ryan, Laura wants to know, are you running for mayor?
For
Or
mayor.
will you?
Okay. Yeah, so we do have our big city elections in Harvey are in 2027. So it is coming, they
Mhm,
are coming up, faster than you think. But I am considering it for sure, just
mhm,
because I wasn't necessarily always, thinking about it. But since I do have a background in teaching and in real estate, and I have just like I keep learning more and more about development and responsibly reusing our old buildings,
that is
and
correct. Mhm,
and as we trying to redevelop and save our old buildings, and then allowing our current residents and businesses to participate, so that because I have seen in so many communities, some that I've lived in, where oftentimes people do get investments and they start fixing up buildings and get redevelopment going, and then it displaces the people that have lived there for decades because they can't afford it anymore. And so I just get very passionate about seeing Harvey taken care of and
mhm.
redeveloped and fixed up in the right way,
Yes,
because a lot of areas get gentrified.
yes.
But if you fix things up in the wrong way, like Clark has done in some
The
cases with a
downtown
lot of his
area
projects,
only.
right? And you just, like, he has no concern for businesses or people that live here. All he
Mhm,
wants are people that are out of town that are going to give him some favors or some money or do something
mhm.
for him. And that's why I said, like, he's like selling off our city, like, piece by piece. It's like, hey, Harvey's up for auction. How much money would you're going to give me for this?
Mhm.
So that I just get really passionate about that. So in that respect, I said, I think, yeah, I'm considering it, because we need a really, really strong slate for mayor, for all
Definitely,
the aldermen, for clerk, for treasurer, because most of these people need to go. And if I can
definitely.
help that way, like, I don't want to see things done wrong,
Mhm,
and because people end up getting hurt.
mhm.
And I also, even if we got rid of all the corruption, my thing is, I have the knowledge and the skills and the connections where, like I said, I want to see these things done correctly, where we can responsibly restore our downtown and our other areas and our older buildings, along with building new buildings that help people, and that where we can bring in people like yourself that already live in Harvey and have businesses, or maybe they're growing a business out of their home. Well, how can we get them connected and empower them? Because why should we be excited about building a strip mall in downtown Harvey and having, let's say, Starbucks or other chains come in, when we should be using these opportunities to cultivate our let our residents that already have businesses, let them grow and expand. Like, let's make this local, because the more we can keep money within our community, the more times it circulates, and it goes from you. Let's say you have a shop in downtown Harvey in one of
Mhm.
our restored older buildings. That's what I want to see. So people come and they patronize your business, and then they're a Harvey resident and they pay you money, and then you take that money and then you give, let's say you're renting that spot in the building, and you give some of that money to the owner of the building, who hopefully they live in Harvey too, or at least in the area, right? And so then that money, you see how many times that money will recirculate and stay in our
Yes.
community. And so where you're helping people through development, you're not hurting
But
people.
but
So yeah.
like you were talking, see, my concern about Harvey is the crime.
Oh, right, right. That, of course, that's an issue. And
And,
now we can't do anything about crime because the police are the biggest criminals.
and let me tell you, and I'm not gonna say if it was intentional or if maybe it's just by circumstance. Now, and the day of that the election,
Hmm.
I had went to that school in Dalton, saw, the Dalton mayor and her boyfriend trying to record them. Okay, they were, okay. They see me. But and then when I had went to Napoleon's uh, election party at in Lansing,
Oh,
and look
okay.
at and I had somebody with me who went with me there. I got home at 10:30. At 11 o'clock, my Ring camera goes off. No, I heard pop, pop, pop. Then I looked on my camera. I
Hmm.
see 4 men with guns going on the side of my house. And I said and that was at 11 o'clock. Had I had waited
Hmm.
and stayed there longer, I would have ran into them. It's still on my Ring camera. And I said, I don't know if it's a
Oh.
coincidence, but it's the craziest thing you ever want to see. And the way they did it,
Mm.
they backed their car up all the way into my neighbor's backyard to their house. And
Oh.
but only one and
Were
then
they
only one
were
only one
they
police
trying to
came.
break into your neighbor's house?
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. I just saw like 4 men like close together coming on the side of the house. Um
Hmm. Yeah, that is strange. But okay, so you didn't know if they were trying to break into the neighbors or what, huh? But they
it
also
was
put
just
the car
also
into the
coincidence.
neighbor's
You know what I'm
yard?
saying? Hmm?
Right, right.
I said, Lord,
Hmm.
I said, hmm. But and to say that, and only had like one police person come. Because the man called the police immediately. Of course, they come a little later, and then a police car come down the street. I'm like, they had so many police in at these city council meetings, but where are they when residents need your help?
And I'm
I want
curious, then, how long did it take them to show up?
probably 10 minutes afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Listen, and
So
we gotta listen. And on the beginning,
hmm.
I'm like, I don't know what the thing is to be honest, but I think it's it's a license plate reader. I asked my alderman. We're not gonna say his name on here. I said, "Who managed that?" He said he don't know. I said, "For
Oh,
real?
yeah,
Is
that's
that
strange.
happening?" I sure did ask
Hmm.
him. Is that because
Yeah,
what's
he
that?
should know. And
He
what's the
should
purpose
know.
of it? Yeah, what's the purpose of it? If it just is it just sitting there decorating? That's an expensive piece of decoration then.
Yes. Um. I meant to ask if you found out who they were. No, I've never. I ain't even try to go talk about that. I wouldn't even go. I really wasn't going to tell that story, but I said the coincidence is just didn't line up like that.
Mm. And
So this
did
one's
Harvey police ever follow up with you on that or no?
nah, they ain't follow up with me.
Mm.
No,
That's
this
my
one's
problem. Because my thing is, how are we gonna handle crime when a lot of people won't even call Harvey police because they're concerned about the police that show up. Some of the officers are still pretty decent. It just depends. But
mhm,
it's like the lottery. You never know who you're going to get, right? We've
mhm,
lost a lot of our good honest officers because
mhm,
they've some of them have spoken to me and said that they were constantly getting harassed too, that the
mhm,
officers that were dirty, they were always trying to make the life of for the officers that were trying to do the right thing very
mhm,
difficult. So a lot of them, they've left Harvey. But let's just say, you're calling, you don't know who you're going to get. A lot of people don't want to call because they're concerned they might get an officer who is just as much of a criminal and just as dirty as the guys that were running next to your house with guns. So then that's why a lot of people don't even call. So how are we going to address crime when you don't even have a police force that is trustworthy?
So you're saying the current mayor is not really realistic about what is going on in the community.
No, not at all.
He's not connected.
He's so out of touch. That's why it's so ridiculous what he says, and he has to resort to calling me, basically a child molester because he cannot tell us how he has spent our money for the last 6 years. All he can do is say, "Oh, but look, streets are being redone," meaning 154th Street was redone, not with any of Harvey's money. that was other grant money, other organizations that
Mhm.
that did that, other governmental entities, and that's the one street in town that did not need to be redone, Diana. That was probably one of the better streets, but he did it because who knows why? Because Clark never tells us anything about anything, and then he wants us to, worship him at his feet, bow down because, oh, you're such a great mayor because you redid the street that didn't need to be redone.
Mhm.
We're like, and then meanwhile, other people can barely drive to their home because the street is it's in such bad shape, you to drive like 2 miles per hour. But no, he
Exactly.
didn't do anything to those streets. Those streets he didn't touch at all. But if you try to
Mhm.
bring that up to him, what will he say? Oh, well, we can't do that because the city's broke. Oh, because Mayor Kellogg left me with it. He's still bringing up Mayor Kellogg 6 years later.
6 years later, you can't use that excuse anymore.
Right.
It's gone.
like drive down Sibley. We still have huge
The
stretches of Sibley where there are no lights.
I heard him talk about that. He said, and he then I call this person, that person. First of all, that his answer was, "I'm sorry, people, because I be I don't go down that street after a certain time." He don't. He's saying that call the alder person. What he said, call the the senator or somebody. Uh, somebody. And I'm
Oh my
thinking to
goodness.
myself, now I know I'm not confused and I know I ain't slow, but when I go down Dalton, when we get to hit Dalton on down, all they lights are working. When we hit what's that? Midlothian and on down, all they lights are working. Why this
Right.
section don't have no lights?
You notice it's only in Harvey. And what really gets me is that
Uh,
that is
Hey Curtis.
I see. Oh, I was gonna say I just see cars popped up. Hello.
Thank you.
um but the crazy okay, and Mike said something about those readers. Oh, okay. Oh, Mike
Oh,
knows a lot. Okay. Oh,
Mike knows a
interesting.
lot.
Oh, okay. I think he had asked me something earlier too.
Oh
I'm sorry.
my
And
lights.
I kind of missed it. What did he ask something
Oh,
earlier?
hold on, let me go back. Uh, he said Greenwood Motel near Tulsa. No, Mike, what did you say? Oh, here it
Oh,
is.
someone asked about the Halstead people. Yeah, that building's empty.
Oh, yeah,
Foxy
Foxy
2,
to Roxy
Roxy
did
3.
say that. I was gonna get to it. Yes.
Yeah, as
Okay.
far as I know, that's him. And to my knowledge, since I'm a real estate broker as well, I've heard the owners are still trying to find a buyer for that building. And there was just a fiasco. So I don't know
Who do you think
who's
gonna
gonna
buy
end up
that
buying
building?
it. The city really, really, really botched that. I mean, that was so horrible. And then the last lady I was keeping touch with, she the last I've heard, because I do follow her on Facebook as well, but
Oh.
she was in hospice.
Oh, really?
So her cancer came back and it was pretty bad. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Because
unfortunately.
I know I had talked to
Hmm.
Amethyst from the Harvey World. She said she used to go visit her also.
Yeah, Miss Brooks. That's her last name, Miss Brooks.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that. Mike
Yes.
says reports of the fire department sends to the National Fire Database is called the National Fire Incident Reporting System.
Hmm.
May I be asked for this
Hmm.
specific? He said ask for it.
Oh, then where I guess my question for Mike then would be, yeah, like where do you find that? I did FOIA though, by the way. I'll let you know. I haven't gotten an answer yet, unfortunately, but I
Oh,
FOIA'd for all the reports for the fires like over the past few years, and then of course they came back saying, well, that's too many pages. We're going to deny your request. Can you narrow it? And so I did. I revised it, and then I asked for a response, and the city of Harvey has not responded since.
and you're probably not gonna get any answers. You know that, right?
Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? It's so crazy.
Isn't that illegal not to answer your I guess they did answer your FOIA.
Right. But then
So
you can, so I may have to what do you call that? Like involve the public access counselor. You can say, hey, can you get involved
Oh,
with this? Because I asked for this information and then they're not cooperating. But yeah, they play that game all the time. They try to drag things out and not answer you.
okay.
Oh,
Share
did you
that.
see Cher's question about the alderman? Oh, okay,
Yes, I
you
have.
just pulled that up too.
Yes.
Oh, I can tell you about that.
Okay.
Cher. So I think it was in the 80s, I want to say. So Harvey changed over from a counts what do you call it? So it was a commissioner system. So it was a mayor and a commissioner. So the commissioners were at large. So they were elected and they could live anywhere in Harvey. And so
Oh.
they changed yeah, the government was changed from a commissioner system to an aldermanic system so that each area, was given geographical representation. So it wasn't I think they were trying to be more equal. So it wasn't, all politicians were coming from a certain area or certain areas. So
Mm.
that's the difference. At least one of the differences. Like Dalton, they have trustees. So you could have what do they have? 6 trustees, right? I think
And they can
just like
live
we
all
have
on
six
one block.
aldermen. Exactly. There's no geographical limits to that. So with our wards, you have to have one alderman from each separate geographical section.
Okay. That is true. That is true. I
Yeah.
see. I want to make sure I get all everybody's question. Ryan, is Roman a family name? Because I love it.
Oh, thank you, Real McCoy. It is. Yes, that was my grandfather who's Polish and who
Mm,
he grew up in West Harvey. Excuse me.
mm,
So they lived on Lincoln. They lived in a few different places, but they lived on Lincoln. When my uh, when Roman and then my grandmother Donna got married, they lived for a while in the I think no, it was a 3 flat on Lincoln. Yeah. So which was right by Saint Susanna Church. For those of you that have been around Harvey for a long time, or if you know
hey,
if you know
prima
Harvey.
donna.
So Saint Susanna was the Catholic church for West Harvey,
Mhm.
and so they lived near there, and then eventually, as they grew, they ended up having 9 kids. So as their family grew, they lived in different places: Markham, Harvey. They bought a house in Phoenix. So but yeah, it's from my grandfather. Yep, definitely Polish. Absolutely. Oh, I see more questions. When they changed, didn't Harvey have you pop it?
Garda said when they
Yes, there
changed to
were. Yeah,
automatic system,
Harvey has
it
lost a lot
didn't
of
have a
population.
population. Oh yes. Uh, okay. Oh, Gardis is from this area. What's it called? Ascension Saint Susanna.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. My earbud went out. I'm gonna reconnect it.
Okay.
I had to switch, and then let's see if this will work. Okay, testing 1, 2.
I can hear you.
Oh, that's weird. It's still acting up. That's fine. Let me just turn it off.
Uh,
Let's see. Okay, now say something.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay, hopefully that will work. Wait, say something again.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay, now I can
Testing
hear.
1 2 1 2. Garda says
But yeah, so that was yeah, that's where the name came from. And then yeah, what were the other questions
okay.
again?
Gardis was saying Ascension Susanna Saint Susanna.
Oh yeah, so that's how that, because a lot of people, if like again, if you're not familiar with Harvey, you might not know how the buildings that we're trying to save that are historic with the Ascension St. Susanna campus, where Clark pushed the residents out to put a
Mm,
park and put a retention pond. So
mhm.
that's right by that church, which is 2 blocks from my house. That's on Myrtle and 153rd. So Saint Susanna closed, I think it's sometime in the 80s. I forget exactly, but that was the big Catholic parish in West Harvey, because Harvey had, I think at its biggest, it was about 40,000. I want to say it was our population. We're about half of that
Wow.
right now. But there were 3 large Catholic parishes, and so Saint Susanna closed and combined with Ascension, and that's where most of my relatives went to school, to elementary school, and then like that's
Mhm.
where my grandparents were married in the 40s, and that's the church that
that Clark just wants to demolish every part. There's a beautiful church building, a convent, a school, and a rectory. And those, again, my vision is to make that like housing. It could be made into veterans housing. It could be made into transitional housing. We could have a community center. We could have shared workspace. We could have a space for artists. And Clark just all these beautiful treasures. I mean, that parish was from 1899. He just wants to
Wow.
demolish all the buildings. Like, I don't understand this man. It's like
I
literally,
just
if you had like the Taj Mahal, he'd be like, "Why don't you demolish it? Let's put a strip mall there."
because people think strip malls bring more money also.
Right. It's like he has no sense of culture, of history, of respect for people
Mm.
or residents, you know? So anyway, but that's how that parish, Ascension St. Susanna, got its name. So they combined. The school stayed
Oh,
open for a while, but it did close in the 80s, unfortunately. And then just a few years ago, it wasn't that long ago, the Archdiocese, unfortunately, they've been combining a lot of parishes, which has really hurt a lot of our communities all over Illinois.
mm.
And so they closed Ascension and they combined all the several local Catholic churches into St. John's, which is in East Harvey off of near Halstead and
Halsted.
157.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
that is our last church, Catholic church. But that's fine. We could still reuse the old buildings, you know. But
Yes.
Clark is not out till 2027. Sorry. That's the next election. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a minute.
And then what did Cher say about Harvey so tiny, 6
Oh,
square
what is
miles?
it? See,
My
you said
county,
share.
Sherry Yelverton.
Hold
Oh, wow. Okay.
on.
Did you see Cher says my county is considered very tiny. It's 30 square miles
Let
and
me find.
40,000. Oh, okay. Yeah. So to give people an idea, at its peak population and development, Harvey was about 40,000 residents within about 6 square miles. So yeah, that's an
Wow.
excellent comparison. And we should be. If we get all these old buildings fixed up and we put sensible, good-looking new buildings in between the empty ones, not just cheap, things that you can build as quickly as possible, then we should be able to easily get up to 40,000 again. And then that would help. We would get so much more tax revenue for our schools and our roads and our police and everything. I mean, that's what we need, but yeah, this administration is not getting it done.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I'm irritated because they done moved the streetwalkers from 154th Street to 147th, between 144, was it 143rd, 45th in Austin to 147th in Austin. Between, what's that called? Wooden Kegs to Popeyes. You know, they had an
Oh,
abandoned building next, almost near the Popeyes, by the store. And I'm like,
I've heard that that's a real hot place, yeah.
it's
And
hot as
also that there's a lot of drug dealing going on at that gas station at 147th and
Yes.
Halstead.
And they did not want to, at one point, they wanted to put in an ordinance, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, having these gas stations at a certain time, hiring a security guard.
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't.
I mean, they could, but here's the thing. But this is what I'm told by people on the street. Okay, so I don't I don't usually buy. I'm
Hey,
not someone that buys
no.
drugs on the street. I usually will just get a prescription or whatever. But I'm just saying. I'm told. Okay. And Gardis agrees too, an unknown low about drug selling and prostitution on the strip. But I'm told that Harvey police are protecting that location at 147th and Halstead, that station, as a drug market. So again, why are you going to call the police when they're the criminals? This is a problem. This is what people don't understand. And because people say, well, there's a problem in Harvey, why don't you call the police? Okay, but you could get a good officer, but you could get someone show up who's a worse criminal than the people that you're calling the police on. So are you gonna take that risk, And no one should have to go through that, Diana. You shouldn't have to worry about that. When you call the police, you should know that someone professional is gonna come and help you.
And now I've called the police. Now I will call the police. I've never had a bad experience speaking with them. So
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad.
not speaking with them. Only when I go to that city council meeting, I hate going there. But other than that, no. And I'm like, and the gas, and the car wash, the car wash been empty for how many years? And they
Yeah.
put the boulders in front of it. If the people ain't using it no more, and you taking people houses, why you don't start on Halsted and tear some of these? You got half. I'm see. I'm on a rant, and you have, they started
Tell him,
working on.
Diana. Tell him.
Yeah, I can't. I can't with him. They start building these little satellite stations, and only one of them I seen you finish, and all the rest they're like left. So you contributing to what Harvey looks like. You know
Right.
what I'm talking about? That little satellite station they started working on, and it's been sitting there empty. They went halfway, and now it's gone. I mean, it's still
Exact.
there.
Totally. And did you hear in one of the? I went to the community solutions meeting,
Oh,
and what was I gonna say? Oh, so somebody asked the mayor about that, and then he said, "Oh, well," they said, "Well, why aren't they finished? There's only like maybe one or two, three at the most that are they're even close to being done." And then Clark's like, "Oh yeah, we're waiting for more money on that." And obviously, the question that should be asked that he won't answer is, "You got a grant that supposedly our state rep Will Davis got for that. The grant
mhm.
was for all 6 buildings to finish them." So why
Why
are
is
you
this
waiting on more money? What happened to the money that you got? That wasn't a partial grant. That was a full grant, Mayor Clark.
really?
But you see, he would rather call me a pedophile and make fun of Tracy Key, trying to say
That
that
was
he doesn't know the
crazy.
Pledge of Allegiance. He'd rather do anything rather than tell
Mhm.
you where he has spent your money.
Yeah, I have never seen an audit from Harvey.
Never. I haven't seen anything since he took office in 2019. He
Now
made
I
some
did.
big
Uh,
promises, but he never fulfilled
now I
them.
Googled and I saw something that he had a. It's like there's a budget online for 2023, 2024.
Oh, a budget. Do you mean because there were some audits that were done, but they
Okay.
weren't forensic audits. However, Harvey is
Uh,
behind. I think the last one I saw was from 2021 is the state audit. The audits that are required to be
oh,
given to the state. So Harvey is a few years behind in our audits. But unfortunately, those are not forensic audits. So they're not actually going through and checking to see, okay, this department's reporting this much money. Is the money actually there? You know what I mean? That's what we really need. We
mhm.
need a forensic audit where they look to make sure every dollar the city says is somewhere, they check to make sure it actually is there. That's what we need.
Yes. It's interesting. I was surprised. I went back to that city council meeting on April 28th for the city of Harvey, and they did not edit out anything. I was shocked.
Oh, you mean Harvey's broadcast? The cities? Or the cities video?
Yes.
I'm surprised too. I thought he would. I didn't watch their version, but so they left everything in. It looked just
E-
like
everything.
mine.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
They did not edit. I was shocked. Yes. Uh,
Oh, I love.
does
Did you
anyone
see Cher's comment about the watching people? I love that. And I agree. It's like
does
we
somebody
have to
see a
we
stranger
really can't
walking
trust
down
the
the street?
police, right? We have to
The
take care of
phone
ourselves
chain
as a
began
community.
till the commissary is sobbed. And so, so when will you decide if you're running? Because
Oh,
it's a
for sure.
process.
I don't know. I mean, we still have some time, but
No,
I'll
you know
tell you
how you
what.
have 18 months go fast. Was it is it 24 months now?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I think that is why I think that's why Clark is scared of me. He doesn't like me. He
Mm,
has to try to discredit me, Colby, Glynis, Tracy Key, anyone that challenges his authority
hmm.
and that is trying to hold him to account to tell us where our money has been going. he has to try to discredit us, intimidate us, threaten us, because, he's obviously covering things up. I mean, there's no other reason why. I started off as a Clark supporter.
Mm,
I never wanted anything but to see him be successful. And even
mm,
he was lying even when he said, "Oh, you met with me and you wanted to be the real estate agent for the city, and then when I said no, that's when you started the historical site and all that." No, Mr. Mayor, that is a huge lie.
mm.
Because not only am I not a child molester, but I never asked for that either. What I did is I just said, "Hey, why don't we start getting these properties sold instead of the city of Harvey hanging on
Mhm.
to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties that just sit and they're not
Yeah.
doing anything. They look horrible.
Yes.
They're not making any tax revenue, and people don't want to live near that. Then
No.
that scares people off from coming to our community." And
Mhm.
instead of doing that, again, he's going to come back and take responsibility. He's going to try to blame me. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry that I'm trying to advocate for the betterment of my community." Oh, wow. Yeah, that's such a bad thing.
That's true. Yeah. Listen, Harvey has so many they thought Dalton had problems. Harvey has more problem and been having more problem. Does the alderman besides Kobe have a spine? Tracy, was it Stacy? What's his name? Tracy or Stacy? He speaks up.
Yeah, besides Tracy's the only other one, Tracy Key. So
Mhm.
he's for the third ward. I'm sorry, the fourth ward. But no, the others, they're all bought and paid for
Mhm.
and or being blackmailed. So
Mm.
it's one and or both. So yeah, you have because I saw Gardist asked about Yeah, Rogers is one. Then you have Shirley Drabinsky's another. You have Dominique Randall L. And then Smith. What's her name? Delaney.
Yeah, I
So
don't
yeah, they don't like, as you saw in the video, as Colby was being manhandled. Did you notice that they all just sat there?
I said that. I said that yesterday. I said I didn't see any men stand up and say stop or to stand up for her.
Right. I mean, other than, I shouldn't say, like, I was speaking out from the back. Tracy did say something, but I'm saying the four aldermen that always vote with Clark. They were
They not
including two
eh,
women
he
that
don't like
that
her.
as and Mazurk, one of the other Harvey residents, he was right in the public comments. He called him out and he said, "You sit up there, you're alderwomen. You know how hard it is for
Mhm.
women to compete in a male dominated field like that, and you're
Mhm.
just gonna sit there and let a fellow woman be treated that way?" And
But
no,
she
I
don't
mean,
like her anyway. She doesn't like,
no, exactly.
Chapman.
They just sit back and look and like they're like, "Oh, good, yeah, she's
They're
taken out."
leaning back. Yeah, I saw that. I said, and people keep voting for it. Hey, Mike has a question. How will the houses be sold? Is his question.
Oh, like the
Ho
city, yeah.
hold on,
So
hold on,
what
hold on,
I
hold on, hold on, Ryan. Thank you, Crook County, for the 199. We
Oh, okay,
appreciate you. I was
making
like,
some
okay.
money tonight.
Hey, gotta shake what your mama gave you. Now
Ah.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
I
wa
see. Cher agreed too. She said it was horrifying. Everyone just sat there.
Mm,
Right, totally. Yeah.
was fine.
Um,
To answer
yeah.
the question, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, yeah, back to Mike's question. So that is an excellent question. How would the houses be sold? So what I have proposed for years now, but it's still really, really important, is we need to have a transparent, publicly accountable system, some way of. They did make a good start. It's taken 6 years of us bugging the crap out of them, and pressuring them publicly. But if you go onto Harvey's website now, there are more than 400 properties that are listed there. So, I mean,
Oh, I
that
didn't know
that
that.
is good. That's a good start. Yeah, it's taken them
So
6 years, even up to like recently as 9 months ago. The city was still denying that they even owned
oh,
um barely any properties. Like they just for years they just would lie to your face. People would come in and they'd say, "Could I have a list of city owned properties?" And they would either say no, or they'd give you a list, but it was like super short, and you're like, "That's not right." So at least
mhm,
we got that far. That is a good important step. However, It's got to be so transparent, and we need resident feedback. So what I want to see is, like, for every property, it might take some time, I know, because there's such a big backlog, but we
Mhm.
should give serious consideration to every bid. And I think whether we want to do it through like Homewood, when they're having, for instance, when they want to share development proposals, let's say they get 3 bids or whatever to develop a city property, they will actually post on their Facebook, and they'll have a link, and they'll
Mm.
say, here, residents, go look at these proposals and give your feedback. Well, why shouldn't
Mhm.
we be able to do that? So allow people, let's say there's a city-owned house somewhere, and there are 10 proposals that are handed in. Show
Imma
them
go
to
look it up.
everybody.
Mhm.
Oh, please check it
I didn't
out,
know it was there.
but everyone should be able to see all the bids, because otherwise what happens is that behind closed doors, Clark and his staff, they're doing everything. So you never know, even with this new list, let's say 20 people who maybe they even have their own contracting business and they live in Harvey. Let's say 20 people bid on this one house, okay, that they want to
Mhm.
sell. But we'll never know, because they're not transparent with it. So then what they'll
Mm.
do is they'll pick who they want, like in this
Mhm.
one house on 155th Street. They Mayor Clark, by himself with no input, he decided to pick a bid from a company in Orland Park. And that is one of our most beautiful streets with our most famous and historic homes.
Yes.
Why are you going to sell it to someone in Orland Park? They have enough wealth. Like, get out of here. We have people in Harvey that they could show that they have the money to buy that and fix it up or whatever. But
Yes.
again, it's not transparent. So that's what I want. I want it to be transparent, and then everybody can see and have a chance. Whether you want to do it through hearings or you want to do polls online. Like, there's different ways to do it. But that's how I would handle the sales.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. There's other questions, but I want to jump down to Mike's question, but I'm gonna go back up real quickly. Mike wants to know, does the city already have a clear title to these houses?
Oh, the one. Well, that is what's interesting about. So I think some of them, yes,
Oh,
but
good
this one
question.
particular, the property that Colby was speaking up about
Mhm.
when Clark had her censured and removed, I looked it up today on the Cook County site, where you should be able to look up deeds for any properties in the county,
Mhm.
and there is nothing available. It doesn't even show up. It won't even show up in a search. So to me, that's another huge red flag.
Mm.
Where's the effing deed, Diana? Because people tell me this stuff, but then when it actually happens, I'm like, wow, I think this is actually happening. People say, oh, Brian, all it takes is a simple call from a politician to someone at the county clerk's office, and if they want to
Mhm.
screw around with properties illegally, they can say, hey, such and such properties, we want you to take them down so that people can't see them online right now. I mean, I can't say for sure that's what happened, but why, when I go searching, do I not find any information? All of the deed history for that one property should be there, and there's
You
nothing.
you know, I was able to pull a deed. But if you go on I think it's a Cook County website, you can pull the deed, but you have to pay like $2 or something.
No, no, you can. I mean, if you need an official copy, I think you have to pay. But no, I could. I mean, yeah, if I like, we're sharing my screen, I could take you through the steps right now. Like, you
Oh,
can literally, or I could walk you through it. You can literally search for deeds for any property in the county. It's super
mhm.
easy, and it's all online. So if there's a
Wow.
property that doesn't show up, that is a huge red flag. And all of a sudden, this property does not show up.
Mm.
So it
Inter
doesn't answer the question for all of them, but like that is when Clark wanted Colby taken out, because she was trying to speak up for this resident who was making a claim saying it still belongs to her family. So we should be able to settle that, right? You just look online, you look for the publicly recorded deed, and you can see who owns it.
Wait, let
Well,
me no, wait, hold on, let's go back a little. How does he or Harvey have legal access to take the house? If it's under the is it like a deed of trust?
that's
Like, how do you
that's what we don't know. and you should be able to see the history of the ownership and the deeds when you go online. So that is, to me, that's a huge red flag. Like, why is it just not listed? That's
Tax assessor
crazy.
have provides all that in person. Oh, they said go to the tax assessor office.
Oh yeah, and I saw another comment where 400 properties in 6 square miles. Oh yeah. But Cher said something like they're in like Georgia or something, small town in Georgia.
Yes.
That's
Cher also said,
cool.
what did Clark do when, and that's a good question too, because I wanted to know that. What did Clark do when he jumped up and left the podium and went right after Kobe after the shuffle
That's a
happened?
good question because I saw him and I did catch it on video, but I could not
Here.
hear what he said to the police chief. He said something
Yes.
to the police chief. So
Yeah.
maybe that's when he said, I want you to arrest her and her mom.
Was that
But
her
we don't know.
mother with the like a cane or something?
No, that
Oh,
was the lady that left, the shorter lady with the
yes.
cane. She was the one that came that Colby was speaking up for, that said, that is our home that you just voted to sell to a developer in Orland Park. That belongs
Mm.
to us. Now, obviously, we want to look into that claim and see if there's any truth to it. So that's why I said it's so disturbing that they took out that information on
So
the public
had they
website.
been paying taxes on it?
When I checked, yeah, all that I was able to check the tax history, and it's all the taxes are paid except I think the most recent bill is due, but all the other taxes are paid up.
That is scary.
Right, because could you, like, what if the city did that to your house? And that lady, and if you noticed, I got this on camera. So she came in a few minutes after the meeting started, and she went to the table because she was going to make public comment. And they
Mm-hmm.
told her, you can tell whatever they said, I couldn't hear, but basically she went away and she didn't sign up for public comment. So again, that's why
Mm.
Colby was trying to speak up for her. That's what Colby said. She was just
Wow.
trying to advocate and say, hey, you can't vote to sell someone's house. Or if there's a doubt about whether it's someone's house, hold it, time out, slow down, let's clear this up before you just vote as they did to give it to a developer for $2,000, which is basically nothing.
So question, because I'm trying to figure out, we missing something? So did it go for eminent? Was it how do you might say eminent domain? Intimate domain.
Eminent domain?
Eminent. Yes.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
were they using it to get that one house on 155th?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, not as far as I know. I haven't seen any eminent domain proceedings. I haven't seen any news of it. No, not
Because my
that I'm
question is,
aware of.
how could the city take their home and they have been paying the taxes on it? So, like legally, what legal rights do they have? And question, what kind
Right.
of attorney is he?
Um, I don't know exactly. But I know we've heard from several people who have complained they that Christopher Clark took their money and did not show up at court and
Oh,
or did not do what he was supposed to do for them. So
oh,
it seems like it's not a very good one. I don't know exactly what. I
allegedly,
know one person
allegedly.
had a complaint about, it was like about child custody.
And
And the complaint was that Clark took the money for the services and didn't show up. And this involved someone, whether they were going to have custody of their children or not.
that's allegedly because I can't prove it. But
Right. That's what was told to us. It's not my case, so I can't
yeah.
speak, personally. But yeah, because I remember I went out in public somewhere, I forget, but I just mentioned something about Harvey and Chris Clark, and someone
Mhm.
said, "Oh, I know Chris Clark." I said, "Oh, you do?" Most people don't know Harvey or Chris Clark. And again, this lady told me, she said, "Well, I can't speak publicly about it, but I'm just going to tell you that my husband and I paid him money, and
Mm,
he didn't provide the legal services, so we know him, and we don't like him. He's a horrible lawyer." I was
mm,
like, "Oh," like I did. That was just random. I didn't even say anything. She told me. So
mhm.
I don't know, but and I did find out from a lawyer just today that there is at least one malpractice lawsuit that is supposedly pending against him as well. So,
Dang.
but I'd like to know more about that. That's a good question. I want to know more about, like, okay, well, what kind of law is he doing? Is he still practicing? And I've heard a lot of these complaints about him, but I wonder if any of them, if we could get like official, documentation about the complaints.
Yes. Hey, Granny G, glad you can join us. Okay, let me go get through this a little bit faster. Mike, prior to construction of the detention basin, the city of Harvey intended to use eminent domain to acquire and demolish the 15 remaining residential properties. Is it even 15 properties on that street? Because I sure went over there.
Oh yeah. Well, as far as I know, I mean, unfortunately we have 3 families left, 2
Mm,
buildings. I think the city, well, the MWRD actually they paid for it. So the city of Harvey is
mhm.
supposedly, they said, is not using any money. It's the MWRD that has acquired the properties. So I believe almost all of them are acquired now, and there are
Really?
only 3 families left. And that whole thing is just a tragedy. I really was hoping that they would not leave either, but they were using the threat of eminent domain. To my knowledge, I don't think they actually had to go through, the
Oh,
whole legal process to use eminent domain, but they
mhm.
were they were forcing people to sell under threat of eminent domain.
Dang, just the sad part about it is if this town was in a different community, a lot of this stuff wouldn't go on. FYI.
Right?
Gardner said, and this is true, with a growing Latino population and blocks with Muslim on Broadway, how are they relating to the longtime residents in the area?
That's a good question. Very
They
good,
keep to
Gart.
themselves.
That yeah, it's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah.
They keep to themselves. I remember there was one who was running for some kind of seat one election, but I know they didn't win. Um, and that was my other issue again, back to Garden, about the Latino Spanish speaking community. I think there's more Hispanics in Harvey than I think they're starting to become the majority, and we becoming the minority. I think we had this conversation before because I didn't know on the other side of Dixie Highway, it's a whole community over there, and it's like
Oh
trailers.
yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, this
Yeah, by
is."
the mobile homes, and then there's all those like one it's weird because we have a large Indian population that is also in that newer subdivision that's west of Dixie Highway. That's kind of
Oh.
behind the McDonald's ish.
Oh,
So
it's
there's
like they have newer homes over there too, right?
yeah, so
Are
that's
those
like
Indian people?
a newer subdivision, and then you have this other section of, they're all like 50s era ranches, and then you have the mobile homes too. So yeah, you're right. There's like
Mhm.
this whole other West Harvey community that a lot of people just, we don't even see it very
You
often.
don't. It's like they took them off Dixie Highway and moved them to the back. 'Cause you used to have mobile homes on that, Dixie Highway.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So
Other than like the model, that they have sitting out there. But yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
mhm. And so my question is, those communities are not being represented at the meetings.
Not at all.
And
Not at
that's
all.
the most unfortunate part. Whatever happened to I finally figured out where though. Remember the young lady last summer, she came to the city council meeting and she asked the mayor, like, hey, and okay, first of all, she had, if I remember the story correctly, she had her grandfather had this mechanic shop, and they get this to get behind so on the property taxes. And she was trying to
Oh
save
yeah,
save it.
Benicia. You're talking about Benicia.
Yes. Yes. Whatever happened to her? I don't see her coming
So
anymore.
she is still she's in the lawsuit with me and Colby and some other
Okay.
businesses against Harvey. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's business, there are businesses that are suing the city over Mayor Clark's continuing extortion scheme, where again, instead of helping businesses, he always is increasing fines and fees and trying to ticket people with bogus
Mm-hmm.
tickets and things for the inspectors to
And
try to just get as much money as possible.
And I know he has this thing now that what's been going on. Like I think it's Michael Motors. They have there's a concrete block in front of the driveway, so he can't get business and to catch help pay. You know what I'm saying? And I had also driving around. Hey, oh, okay, sorry. Uh, Good night, Gardens. Okay, okay, catch you on the replay.
Oh, and I wanted to thank Artist for mentioning he knew I saw he said he knew the last priest, I
Oh, he
guess, or
sure
something at
did.
Saint
All right,
Susanna.
let me go back. Hold on. Let me wait. Uh,
That was very sweet of him to say that. That's nice.
oh gosh, you're right. I did see that. I meant to bring it up and oh, here it is. He personally knew the last pastor of the church, Father Theodore Medlinga. I
Linga.
can't.
That sounds like a fun name.
Yes,
That's
and
no, that's great because my mother she went to Saint Susanna for like first grade, and then before she switched to Ascension. But yeah, that's cool. I love it. At least that church is safe, Diana, because that was taken over by another church like years ago. I forget, but I think it's still used as a church. So that old Catholic church, like the building is safe.
mm, and Garda said you cannot use eminent domain if the city is either attempting to build a hospital or a public school on that property. So why is he taking in people's houses? And you
Hmm.
know what? And I'm gonna say this too. And I'm just trying to see what's gonna happen. But I see there's a house that think it's the second time I see it. They have one of them boulders in front of the house. So I'm trying to figure
Oh, do you know what that is for?
what.
That is for when they don't want people to try to turn the water on. It usually means that someone is not paying their
Ah.
water bill.
Oh, so you don't pay your water bill, you're gonna get the boulder on front of your house too?
Yeah, it's like they put it on top of the meter well because for a lot of our homes we have there's a little well in the front of the
Yes.
parkway, and that's where your water meter is. So yeah, they put the boulder there so people can't turn the water on.
Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, try that
I
beer
know, isn't
crap
that
here in
crazy?
front of our bed. Everyone has a tractor trailer. Oh my gosh, share it's hilarious. Yes. So, Ryan, what's next for you?
Oops, I'm sorry.
Ryan. Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. Sorry, my audio was acting up. No, say
Oh,
that the last thing again,
I said,
because
Ryan, so
the
what's
audio
next for
was
you?
what's next for me.
Yes.
Uh oh, as in like for Harvey political stuff or just
Just period. What's next? Like, there's a lot of things going on in Harvey, and you seem to be the pulse of Harvey. So,
oh, thank you. Well,
definitely.
my goal is to keep I want us to keep moving forward. I want people like you. I want you to be able to come to the meetings. Don't be afraid. If we all stick together, Clark cannot keep arresting and harassing all of us. But the key is people have to not be afraid and know that myself, people like Colby, Tracy, Glynis, like we all have to make a pact to stick together and watch after each other and take care of each other. Because if we do that, it's just like the stuff with the Trump protests, right? Like, if everybody's afraid that they're going to get deported or arrested and they don't do anything, then no one will ever do anything. But if we all come
Mhm.
together, it makes it very difficult for leaders that are operating in ways that they shouldn't, because then eventually, like, they have to stop because they literally cannot. They're not going to arrest everybody.
You don't think so?
At some point, No, at some point we have to all come together and we got to call their bluff. If nothing else, like we know we have lawyers that would take people's cases,
Mhm.
because if you're not doing anything wrong or illegal and you do get arrested, I mean, you get to sue the city, hopefully get some money out of it at least. But
Unlawful
at some
arrest.
point, right, not that we want people to get arrested, but I'm just saying I want people to realize that if everyone sticks together, um we outnumber, like, it's our city. We outnumber these few people that are trying to rape and pillage and steal whatever they can from us, and that I don't want people to be afraid. I want people to continue to reach out, partake in this movement for Harvey and for the Southland, for good government. Like, do whatever you can. I know some people are still a little scared to go to meetings. That's okay, but participate on social media.
Yes.
Do what you can. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family.
Mhm.
You can always contact politicians. Some people are like, well, have you contacted the news? Usually we have, but like,
Mhm.
if someone wants to help, hey, do you know someone in the news, or do you want to contact the state's
Mhm.
attorney, the attorney general, or whatever? You can also do that. There's
Mhm.
so many things. There are ways that people can get involved. So even if you're scared, like, that's what I want to see, because it's not about the Ryan show or the Colby show or any one person. Like, if we're going to be successful, this has to be a movement where everybody is in charge. Like,
Yes.
everybody is an authority. Because
Mhm.
otherwise, if it's just one person or a few people, guess what?
Nothing
If they
happens.
take out the one or few, then the whole movement to improve Harvey or improve the Southland is going to end. So it
So
cannot be something that's centralized where people, because you notice there's a lot about that where people are like, oh, I just
Mhm.
want one person to magically be my savior and, like, save my country or save my city or save my church. But
Yes.
it's not really a good strategy. I'm happy to help lead where I can, but
Mhm.
my passion going forward is to have, Diana is a leader and Glynis is a leader, and, like, the Latino family on my block, they're leaders, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, so that if one goes down or one's just having a tough time, it doesn't stop the movement, right? The other person
Yes.
can just pick right up and forward we go.
Yes. Cher said, I'm gonna read three things I'm gonna read. Cher said she's waiting on you to sue Clark for defamation. Cher
Oh,
said, I think
hey,
that
if
one.
I can, I just have to speak to some lawyers and see, but definitely if I can,
Mhm. Okay.
I'm all for it.
I think that's a wonderful idea. It worked for Dalton. It worked in Dalton. I shared last thing she said, Ryan, y'all ever let Regina Walters know exact same things going on in Harvey? And I'm gonna answer that question. When I was helping Miss Mary during the day of the election. First of all, I was in Harvey, but Harvey was weird at the polls, so I couldn't be there. So I was at the school. I saw
Wait, why? Why was Harvey
Gina.
weird at the polls? What happened?
You see, with Rogers, he was back and forth bringing people. I was like, what they got going over here? It just felt real weird over there.
Really?
I said, I'm
Okay,
not gonna
this is
stand over here.
interesting.
But I talked to Miss Regina, and I'm just talking, and I was like, "Oh, when you come do a story on Harvey?" Oh, she said, "I'm coming," but she didn't say when. Um, I didn't know she was from Harvey. First of all, she grew up in Harvey, so she know what's going on. So it's just interesting that she ain't said nothing. I don't think.
Right. I mean, she has done some reporting, but whenever I've talked to her, she's been very sweet, but she often tells me that she would like to do more, but that her editors are ultimately the ones who
Oh,
decide where she goes.
okay. Go where the story goes, right?
Well, and
Mike
I
has,
think if we get more YouTubers covering Harvey, like they did for Dalton, I think that'll help us too. So you can
yes,
help with that, Diana, because you're
I'm
our
working on
only. Yeah, you're the only our only big YouTuber that I know of that's in Harvey. I can't think of anybody else.
it. No, nobody's, no, not in the South, not over here, not in Harvey.
Yeah. So
No.
we should continue. We can grow your brand. We can, I love
Yes,
it. I
we meet
love it.
once a week and let's talk about it.
Let's do it, girl. I'm all for it.
Yes, keep people updated on what's going on. Ryan, Ryan, Mike has a question for you. Ryan, are you aware of Plato's, how you say it, Al Gore on the ship of state?
Oh,
That's
Mike, that
pronounced.
is an excellent question. First of all, I'm like, wait, Mike, where are you from? You have really good questions and points.
He is out of there.
Um,
What is
no,
it?
I don't know that allegory off the top of my head. I can certainly Google it, but I do like philosophy. I love that.
Oh
I
wow.
studied music and French and education and
Mm,
real estate, sustainable development, walkable communities. Like I'm such a nerd. I
really?
love all this stuff. There's so many things that I just really enjoy. So
Okay.
unless Mike wants to share, but no, I haven't read it.
Oh, okay. Oh, and thank you everyone for those lovely hearts. Well, I think I have asked all the questions that I have, and it's getting late. But Ryan, you got to come back on soon. Let's not uh, wait until something happens. At least once a week, hop online. And like I
Snap.
had told Kobe Chapman, I said, "Hey, I had told her also. I said my channel is growing, and if ever you need it, it's here for you."
I agree. I think that's a wonderful,
Uh,
wonderful, wonderful idea. You know,
yes.
we need more of that. I should do some lives on my channel too and have you on, but I get so swamped with stuff. But the more people that are just talking and caring,
Mhm.
I agree. That's awesome. I mean, I hope you keep doing what you're doing. And oh, I see. Mike says basically it says people on the ship trust one captain. Uh,
So you like the
okay.
captain of the
Yeah,
ship.
I agree. I mean, I think. Oh, you can't really ask each passenger what they think should be done. Oh, no. I mean, I think we do have representative democracy, right? I mean, that
Mhm.
is how things are set up, where we do vote for people that um help us through help us decide the decisions. But I still do believe that as much as possible, I think we should listen to people and take input as much as we can. Wait, why does he say you were elected captain? I was.
Well,
I mean, thank you, but who elected me captain for what?
like the leader of the cause.
Oh, okay. Hey, I can only go as far as people want to push, you know what I mean? So, but that's great. Thanks, Mike. Gosh, these people are so nice.
Definitely. Listen, Ryan. Oh, Cher said this has been a great and informative. Hugs to you both. Cannot keep my eyes open any longer. I know the feeling, but um, Ryan.
Thank you, Cher. That's so sweet. Thank you for joining from Georgia. Oh,
Sure, I know. Oh, it's later there. It's like 11:39 there.
that makes me
Yeah,
want to plant a
12:39.
peach tree. Yeah,
Ooh,
Diana.
yes, a peach. We need a
I
peach
want
around
some
here.
peaches.
Well, I had that in a while. Good peach. But Ryan, you gotta
Mm,
come back. You gotta come back. And thank you for coming on the last minute. It was like, hey, you need to interview Ryan. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's try and see how Ryan's doing today.
yay.
Thank
No, no, I'm
you.
so glad. Anytime. It can be more than once a week. I love to give updates. I love Harvey. I love development. I love
Mhm.
community building, helping local businesses. I could talk about this stuff all day. I just have to stop myself sometimes because I'm like, oh my gosh, people are probably going to be bored because not
Oh,
everyone's such a nerd about this stuff. But I love it
yeah.
anytime.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you again. I'm gonna go to bed too, though. But Ryan, thank you. Virtual hug. I know you're just down the street, but thank you again, Ryan. And
Yeah.
again, we're gonna make sure whenever you have time, come, you know, out the week. Come and just say, "Hey, I'm here." And I'm like, okay, Ryan, come give us an update on what's going on. Because the only way to keep the fight alive is to keep people aware of what's happening and
Absolutely.
the
No,
truth and the honest.
absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. And we're going to keep building the movement. We are preparing, like I said, I'm considering run for mayor for 2027. We're actively looking for good people for aldermen for all the positions. So
Mhm.
we do not want to wait till the last minute. We're
No.
taking things very seriously. I mean, personally, I wish that Clark and his 4 minions would just resign now. I don't want them to even be in till 2027. I mean, they're like murdering our city, with what they do. But yeah, we're gonna keep pushing forward. So you just
Okay.
don't let me forget, because I will definitely come back.
Definitely gonna keep up with you and follow up with you. And Mike says, "Thanks, Ryan." And Cher said, "Keep your chin up, Ryan. We got your back."
That does mean a lot, seriously. I need the encouragement. I do.
Yes. Whenever you need encouragement, you make sure you come through because we're gonna make sure you stay encouraged.
That's what I love about your show. You're always so positive.
Got to be. And it's the grown and sexy channel. So we don't do all that talking that crazy stuff. That's not this channel. So I would keep it small just to keep just a grown up conversation or uh, just talk about the facts about the movement and what's going on.
Absolutely. No,
So
I agree. There's too
yeah.
much at stake for people to play. Like, we shouldn't be playing games with this stuff. Like,
Mhm.
this is like life or death, people talking about people's lives and homes and stuff. So I totally agree.
Yes. All right, right. I'm gonna say good night to you and thank you. And I want to say everyone in the chat,
Yes.
thank you. And everyone's we will see you on tomorrow. And I'll talk to you soon, Ryan. Good night.
Thanks, Diana. Good
Good
night.
good night. All right, gal, I'm going to bed now. Well, I'm gonna get off the computer. It's been 2 hours. And I appreciate Ryan for coming up. And I appreciate you all staying for the conversation and being engaging in the conversation with Ryan. And we're gonna definitely make sure we have thank you, Miss Malone. Hugs and kisses. Hey Carol, how you doing? Good night. Yeah, I'm about to go to bed too. Um, but I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And also want to say thank you again to Mike for gifting one person a membership. That means a lot to the channel. We're going to continue to grow and make this channel meaningful and not messy. On that note, I will see you Mayana tomorrow. Later, y'all. Good night. Good night. I look